Good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about the subjunctive with verbs of influence. So another category of verbs that Spanish uses the subjunctive with are verbs of influence. So to counsel, to let, to demand, to insist on, to command, to ask for, to prohibit, to recommend, to suggest. Those are all actions of you influencing someone else. So in English, we can use the infinitive or the subjunctive after verbs of influence. So we might say, his parents allow him to drive. That is the infinitive. Or you could say, they demand that we be on time. That's another example of subjunctive in English when we actually do use it, because it actually wouldn't really sound right to say they demand that they are on time. You could, but it sounds maybe better to say they demand that we be on time, and that's the subjunctive. So in Spanish, if there is a change of subject after the verb of influence, you must use the subjunctive. So you've got subject 1 plus verb of influence plus subjunctive triggering K plus subject 2, and then the subjunctive verb in the rest of your sentence. So for example, subject 1 is she, verb of influence is suggests in our example, subjunctive triggering K, that, subject 2, and then the subjunctive verb, and then the rest of the sentence. So she suggests that I study harder for finals. Ella sugiere, that's indicative, que, subjunctive triggering K, yo estudie más duro para los finales. So this second verb is the subjunctive. The first verb is indicative because it states a fact. It is, in fact, what you are recommending. The second verb is subjunctive because it states a hope. You don't know if they'll follow your advice. They might not. So it's subjunctive. Here are some more examples. We've got tú aconsejas que ella se cepille los dientes más. You counsel that she brushes her teeth more. Mi padre deja que sus niños se acuesten tarde. My father lets his children go to bed late. Juan y Alvar exigen que los estudiantes dibujen arte. Juan and Alvar demand that their students draw art. Nosotros insistimos en que tú pongas más atención. We insist that you pay more attention. Yo prohíbo que me trates así. I prohibit that you treat me like that. Elisa recomienda que Enrique corra cada mañana. Eliza recommends that Enrique runs every morning. So you can see these are examples. These are all verbs of influence. We have our subjunctive triggering K, and then they're followed with the subjunctive verb. And that is subjunctive with verbs of influence.